Live from Lincoln, this is Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 6.
You are looking at aerial video from a drone of Salt Creek here in Lincoln, which is a big concern tonight as floodwaters continue to rise. Good evening, everyone. I'm Rod Fowler. A bad situation in many areas tonight. 7, 8, 9 inches of rain from last night causing major flooding problems, and there is concern over a rising Salt Creek in Lincoln. Some residents are being asked to evacuate. Vanessa Brown kicks off our team coverage tonight. Vanessa.
Rod, navigating anywhere in Lincoln right now is pretty difficult. We've already hit roadblocks, lots of heavy traffic. We're here where 10th Street meets Salt Creek. Officials are very concerned at this hour because of how high the water is. Let's go ahead and pan down so you can see exactly what is going on. That water on Salt Creek moving very swiftly, obviously very swollen, getting very close to topping the levee after more than 7 inches of rain in the area. People in the North and South Bottoms neighborhoods are at risk for flooding. Right now, there is a voluntary evacuation in place. It spans from Cornhusker to Van Dorn and Folsom to 8th. Here's a closer look at what's happening to Salt Creek. Flood stage is 20.5 feet. As of 2:30 this afternoon, we were at 28.6. That's more than 8 feet above flood stage. The record crest since 1908 is 33.6 feet. This is the second highest level forever recorded. Obviously a concern for residents.
It's pretty scary. I was on break at work, and I came back to my coworkers telling me that our neighborhood was going to be evacuated. So, yeah, it's a little scary.
You're getting the heck out of here, huh?
Yes, we're leaving. Not taking any chances.
It's Nebraska. It ain't raining tonight. The levee ain't going to break, and I think the evacuation's silly, honestly, to tell you the truth.
Here are some places you can go if you are evacuating. The F Street Recreation Center at 12th and F, the Belmont Recreation Center at 1234 Judson. The Red Cross will be available there. You are also welcome at the People's City Mission. Again, Salt Creek here in Lincoln is more than 8 feet over flood stage. It is expected to peak the level at its highest tonight, then fall back below flood stage by tomorrow morning. We'll, of course, keep you updated on our evening news tonight. You can also find more information on that voluntary evacuation on our website. Just go to klkntv.com.
All right, let's hope it doesn't get too crazy out there. Vanessa Brown reporting live for us. Thank you so much. It is a serious enough situation out there. The governor has declared a state of emergency. We've been getting dozens of photos and videos coming in from damage across the county and beyond. Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter Camilla Ortiz joins us now with more on that. Camilla?
That's right, Rod. As we all saw, things were pretty messy this morning here in Lincoln as several roadways and areas had to be shut down due to standing water. A big thank you to all you viewers who sent in a lot of the photos we're about to show you. Many parts of southeast and south central Nebraska have a big mess to clean up after being pounded by storms and torrential rain Wednesday night.
The good news is we have no reports of any injuries anywhere in the city or the county.
City officials addressed the damage this morning, and Governor Pete Ricketts authorized an emergency declaration. The governor did a flyover of some towns southwest of Lincoln that were hit especially hard. Here's some photos. This is Roseland, where weather officials confirmed an EF1 tornado touched down. The town of Deschler that you're seeing here had to be partially evacuated because of flooding.
We did see a fair amount of flooding damage in Deschler. We saw some cars that had been swept off the road there.
And here's a photo of Hebron. Lincoln saw significant flood damage too. Check out this drone footage of Haymarket Park completely covered by water. Rain also flooded several city roads like West O and North 84th Street, seen here, sweeping cars off the streets. This photo shows a vehicle completely submerged in a North Lincoln creek. Public safety says they responded to at least 90 incidents where people needed assistance getting themselves or their vehicles out of standing water.
Our main message today is this: don't go driving through flooded areas. Do not go around barricades. Turn around. Do not put yourself in harm's way.
Creeks and lakes overflowed their banks. Entrances to Holmes Lake were closed because of standing water covering nearly all of the roads and trails in the park. Officials say Salt Creek and the Antelope Valley project did what it's supposed to do. But as you can see, the floodwater swallowed up the bike path along the creek. Officials say all roads near Salt Creek are in danger of closing down if they haven't already. City officials are also advising all heavy trucks and vehicles to stay off rural roads in the county. I've seen a lot of photos of damaged gravel roads. Some have lost several feet of material because of moving water.
All right, Camilla Ortiz from the newsroom with that part of the story. Thank you so much. Let's take you a little closer now to some of the affected areas here in town. We're talking west and southwest Lincoln. They were hit hard. Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter Lauren Fabrizi joins us live now with more. Lauren?
Yeah, Rod, we are here just off of Highway 77 near Rosa Parks Way. Now, this is just one of the many examples of the flooding that has impacted the county. You can see the water trails off or ways behind me. Now, some other areas that were affected that I was at earlier near 14th and Old Cheney, and also Lincoln Southwest High School, where students had to move their cars to safety. After Wednesday night storms, some people in southwest Lincoln are paddling their way out of their homes. Check out this flooding just west of 14th and Old Cheney, making its way up to Highway 77. We're told the water is about waist deep, flooding some of the basements in these homes. A group of young women who live nearby couldn't drive out of their street, but they could kayak.
Salt Creek is all the way up to the top and overflowing. There is no creek anymore. It's just one huge mass of water.
We just walked up to our friend's house, brought down the kayaks, and then started kayaking, and we're like, we're just gonna make the best of the situation that's going on right now.
And not too far away at Southwest High, you can see half of the main parking lot is covered in water. Students scurried during first period to get their cars to higher ground.
My car was in the water. I had to go move it the first time, and then water got in it again, and I had to go move it again.
The water was about 10 yards away from my car, so if I didn't get to it, I think I might have been in some big trouble.
About 5 cars were submerged and had to be pushed out. The principal says about 20 other cars needed to be moved, some having a little water inside. And that's not all, folks. The water drenched other parts of campus, too.
To see our tennis courts underwater and our softball field, baseball field.
Anyone who was out driving today that didn't have to take a detour, you're one of the lucky ones. Some people spent the afternoon just trying to figure out how they'll get home.
I can't get home. It's horrible. What a mess.
Lynn Taylor was one of many taking a U-turn. The closure of Highway 77 south of Lincoln meant getting to their destination was almost impossible. You can see here the highway is completely covered in water. Susan Ream couldn't get to work in Beatrice.
I tried this morning going down Warlick Boulevard, and I only got to about a little ways down, and the road was completely covered.
And Taylor, who lives just off the highway, got into town this morning but can't get back home after checking multiple routes.
I've been over on Sawtillo on 40th, and then up to 54th and over to Roca Road, and you can't get through that way.
With Salt Creek spilling over the banks and onto the highway, there are many curious minds who walk to check out the damage.
Flowing rather fast. I'm surprised how fast it's flowing.
Over at Lincoln Industries, more people unable to get to work. The business is surrounded by water, and they're working to surround it with sandbags. Now, Lincoln Industries, which is over my shoulder beyond the water and the trees, they were getting worried this afternoon as the water kept rising. They were still getting a plan of attack under control when I talked to them. Again, the roads very busy as people try to get home, and with the detours. If you're out driving, be patient, be careful, and of course, be ready to turn around.
All right, Jen and Lauren both reporting live tonight. Thank you so much. Last night's round of severe weather creating many headaches for many homeowners. We're talking about flooded basements. Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter Marlena Thornton joins us now with more on that. Marlena.
Rod, property owners near 35th and Huntington had their hands full today as they worked to clean up flooded basements from last night's storms. They say their work began early this morning around 5 as they began pumping floodwaters out of various basements. Some of the complexes in the area have a foot of water around knee level. The water is coming from backed up sewers. Those living in basement units say most of their belongings are ruined, and this isn't the first time. They said this also happened last fall.
This is the second time I've gone through this.
It's not fun. Everything gets ruined. You have all-day job, and that's when the water actually finally recedes.
Apartment owners say the damage estimates are in the thousands, which includes removing the carpets. Wastewater crews are all out around the city trying to relieve pressure of sewage systems, which is causing the backup. They say the areas of 33rd to 56th, from Holdrege to Adams, were heavily affected. The city's wastewater management office is really backed up with calls right now. They're asking people to leave their names and their numbers with their addresses. Make sure to document any damage with photos for claims.
All right, good advice, Marlena Thornton. Thank you so much. No doubt about it. A lot of people could use a break from the rain. Luke, are we going to get that break tonight?
In some spots, no. We are seeing more strong thunderstorms, especially south of Lincoln. South and east tonight especially is where we're going to be seeing a focus for more heavy thunderstorms. Certainly feeling for any of you that had any property damage from yesterday's storms or from the flooding that we've been seeing. This has been a nasty, nasty round. Here's our rain reports from about 7, 8, 9 inches. Look at Swanton out in Saline County, 9.45 inches. This is a record breaker for both yesterday and today in Lincoln. So 2 days in a row where we set record rain totals. Here we go with HD radar showing you what's going on through central and southern parts of Gage County. Heavy thunderstorms here. They're dropping a lot of rain. They're going to be dropping up to dime-sized hail with it and 40-mile-per-hour winds. The rest of us, though, as you move northward, not seeing much. That's where the focus of this should remain through much the rest of this evening. Not saying storm chances are zero, they're just lower as you move north out of Gage County. So we do have a lot of rain in the forecast. We do have the possibility of more heavy rain, more flooding, more severe weather. We'll let you know when. It's coming up here in your full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Luke. Let's not forget, last night's severe weather wasn't all about rain. There was also those tornadoes and heavy winds. There was some damage near Raymond. Channel 8's Lauren Robinson was there at the scene. Lauren.
Rod, it still can't be fully classified as a tornado until more evaluation is done, but officials say the damage does look tornadic in nature. This happened around 9 p.m. last night. The roof was ripped off this building, demolishing the indoor horse riding rink. Attached is a barn where luckily none of the 10 horses inside were injured. There's a look at those horses there. You can see the path of the storm. There's a line that knocked down trees leading up to the barn, and just beyond the barn is about a mile of debris that shows where the severe weather carried off. The homeowners also lost power that night for several hours up until this morning. Now, the homeowners did not want to go on camera, but they do say that they've lived there for about 25 years, and this is the first time they've experienced any damage of this nature.
All right, Lauren, thank you for that update. Coming up on the news tonight, the Nebraska softball team is hoping to make the NCAA tournament. Brett has that story later in sports, but first, Luke's in next with the latest on storm possibilities for who's going to get it. We'll find out. Stay with us.
You're watching Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 6 with Rod Fowler, Vanessa Brown, Chief Meteorologist Luke Norris, and Sports Director Brett Edwards. This is Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 6.